Yo, it's your boy E. Farrell. You're tuned into Witty Smitty News. Don't sleep on it.
Yeah. I've been living wild since I was a child. Yeah. My nigga passed that loud. I can't turn it down.
Christian Smith, Witty Smitty News. Joined with Dundee, all the way from Australia, World Dom. Fire battle with Big Cannon. How do you think it went?
I'm very happy with it, bro. Like, it's a crazy back and forth, man. I'm a fucking big fan of Cannon, so it was like a daunting situation to be in. He was on fire, but I think I did my thing, man. I was fucking happy with it, bro. Yeah, good night, man. Good night. There's been some crazy battles tonight. I'm fucking loving this shit.
Now, it was your second time in Canada battling. Do you feel a lot more comfortable this time than you did the first time around?
Yeah, for sure, man. I at least knew that the Toronto crowds will fuck with me and shit. Like, when I came over last year, I wasn't sure like what type of bars and shit was going to go down with people. I realised last year that I could clown motherfuckers like I'm used to, and people would fuck with it. So that's a lot of my position. I went with Big Cannon today. Was I'm fucking yeah, bro.
Do you feel Big Cannon gets enough credit in the battle rap world? Do you feel he's underrated?
He's slept on, bro. Like, as I'm saying, I've been a fan of this cunt for fucking, 5, 6 years, like since grind time days. I was like, Cannon's fire, man. Like, but he hasn't quite made that step. But as I was saying in some of my third round and shit, the cunt has got the talent and everything. It's like he is slept on, man. Like fucking, I think he had a bad couple performances on King of the Dot, but man, since after tonight, bro, Cannon's back, bro. He fucking bought that shit. I got a good Cannon, bro. It's wicked.
Yeah, how different is the crowd compared to here, compared to back home?
I guess like back home, man. Like I've been battling since like 2010, I think. It started 2010 was when I did my first battle. So I like being a name in Australia for a while. Fucking. So these days in Australia, when I do a main event, like everyone knows what's going on. They all fuck with me. Like the scene in Australia is like we small. It's a niche community, but everyone gets behind each other, and that's like fucking the homie Vega made it out this year and killed his shit, man. Like, from Australia's point of view, we've had a up and down battle scene. We've had some big names over the years and shit, but it hasn't been consistent. So I think like me and Vega doing this shit is just the start of what Australia can offer for this shit, like for real.
Now, besides doing the World Dom, it has been a big year for you. You also had Head Ice on your home league. So how different is it battling a legend like that? Like, is it a different feeling in the ring as opposed to someone else?
For that battle, a lot of like my prep wasn't even so much the bars. It was just like the mentality I had to get in for it. Ice is another dude that I'm a big fucking fan of. I've been watching this shit for years. Like, and in the end, I was like, how, he's a larger than life dude. He's a big motherfucker, man. Like, how do I approach this shit? And the only way I could fucking do it was to just pretend like he's like every other cunt. Like, there's no difference, you know what I mean? Like, fucking. So it was all mentality for us, you know what I mean? But if I went dope that battle, I got a good Head Ice, man. Fucking, I'm stoked with it, man. Stoked with it, brother.
Would you ever make a run for the title here?
Oh, bro, if they had me, man, most fucking definitely, bro. I fucking, I think a lot of Australians would say I beat Head Ice, man. I fucking all respect to Ice and shit. A lot of the international crowd don't get like the references I had in that battle and shit. But if you're from Australia and you get the reference, I cooked that battle, Like, and I got Cortez coming up in December at Real Talk Battles, fucking in Melbourne. That shit's happening. I'm gonna cook this shit again. Like I'm just starting cunts, Like I've been around for years. I'm old as fuck, but
yeah. Speaking of that, I actually want to touch on your beginning for a minute. So 2010, as we mentioned, Don't Flop, Greeley. Now Verse Tracker has that as the first battle you had. Was it the first or just first with footage?
I grew up fucking
like battling in high school and shit.
Like battling over beats and shit back in the day. Like I started rapping. I'm 31 now. I started rapping and officially writing tracks and shit like 2002 and battling over beats short after that. So I've been around forever, man. But I was always a fan of like battle rap, Scribble Jam, shit like that. And then when the WRCs came out as well, I was loving that shit, man. But the reason I got all that shit pushed to me was my bro Greeley. Like, Australian heads know who Greeley is. That's my fucking brother and shit. He was the king of this shit back in the day. Beating everyone. He had the fucking crown and shit. So. Yeah, that was my introduction into it, man. I was a fan of that shit. He said, bro, let's get you a battle, and fucking I haven't looked back, man. That's just a passion, man.
Now 33 battles deep. Who's been the toughest opponent?
33 fucking battles.
Today was 33. Who's been the toughest though?
I'd almost say fucking Cannon, man, Like, for me, with my style, with the way my style goes, I think Cannon was like a perfect complement to that shit. You know, he's got that funny shit. He can clown me. He's also got bars and can get fucking in my face. So I knew it was like I think the Cannon match, I've probably put the most effort into my bars. You know what I mean? Like catered it to him and shit. So Cannon killed that shit. Like, check that shit out, eh?
So as you mentioned, you got Cortez coming up. Who else would interest you here though on King of the Dot?
Fucking hell. King of the Dot, bro. Fucking. I'm easy. Like I hate getting a list of names in my head and shit. Like I just wait till I get the offer. You know what I mean? Like. I'm just not one of them cunts that ever gets. I just like so far over the last couple of years, the opportunities I've got. Like I just trust the leagues now, man. Like I mean, I got Realistic last year. Like Realistic was kind of popping them, but had a bad battle then. Like now I got Cannon, bro. Like Cannon's a legend, man. So fucking is what it is, bro.
Well, Christian Smith, Witty Smitty News, Dundee, World Dom.
I'll say one more fucking thing for you trendsetters though, just a fucking newsflash. It is. I'll tell you what's going on. It's fucking 7:30 in the morning. You cunts can't party, bro. Yeah, I'll tell you, there's two fucking Canadian cunts that can party. I'm gonna turn this fucking shit around on you boys. Fucking, hey Joe. These cunts,
that stayed up.
these are the two cunts that can still party. That's the man Bobby Rex over there. You wait out for this cunt. He's killing it. He's killing it.
This just take a dark turn. The Secret Life of Walter. This just took a dark turn.
Anyway, we out, peoples.
Witty Smitty News, Dundee.